consent all the time. That, oh, no means no, yes means yes, I don't know means no. That is what I added to it. But none of us, we don't really amplify coercion. There are instances where some people's consent, when they say they are yes or they are no, but because they are forced to say they are no, and that is where the problem lies. That is not consent. When you force a woman or when you force a man to oblige to what you want, that is coercion, and that is where problem lies when it comes to sexual reproductive health. Because consent as regards to sexual intercourse should be given and can be withheld at any point in time. At any point, that the person is your spouse, that the person is your babe, that the person is someone that you like or you admire, the person can withdraw their consent or give their consent at any time. Today we are unpacking why so many people don't understand boundaries and how confusion fuels emotional or sexual harm. So, confusion, what it has caused? Let's get along in this video. Consent isn't just a yes or a no. It's an enthusiastic, something that they are joyful saying. They are not being coerced. There is no external force, or external tension being put on them when they are giving their response to you. But here's the truth. In many relationships, especially dating relationship, we have had instances of when, the boyfriend will say, oh, if you don't do this, this will happen. They begin to, influence their, begin to get consent based on force or based on something they want to do for you or something that will be beneficial to you, especially the girl child or especially the young ladies involved in this relationship. Sometimes people say yes just to avoid conflict. Sometimes people say yes just to make sure that, oh, the other party is satisfied. And sometimes silence is often mistaken as consent. And silence is not consent. And sometimes emotional pressure replaces physical force. So when they begin to play with your emotions, begin to play with your mind, begin to think that, oh, let me just satisfy him, she doesn't like it, let me just give her what she wants. If I don't do it, she will not like it. If I don't do that, he will not like it. That, my friend, is coercion. It can be subtle sometimes, but it is in fact still coercion. Coercion isn't always violence. Coercion isn't always forceful. Sometimes it's subtle. In instances where you begin to hear, if you love me, you will do it. My sister, my brother, that's coercion. Or in instances where you hear, everybody is doing it, so why don't you want to do it? Really? That you are not everybody, and everybody is not you. But that is coercion. Or instances where you begin to hear, don't embarrass me now, you better do what you want to do and let us get this thing done and over with. That's coercion. It also happens when one partner threatens to leave or guilt-trip you or guilt-trip the other party, saying that if you don't do this, I'm going to do it. Really? Or if you don't do it, I'm just going to go and unalive myself. Really? Will they really unalive themselves, or they're trying to force you to play to their tune or dance to their tune? This isn't love, it's control. It's really control, it's coercion. They are forcing you to dance to their tune and you shouldn't dance to their tune. And the saddest part, many people don't even realize they are being coerced or they are being forced into doing what they don't want to do. That is because the person that is coercing them has once been good to them. So it's be like, oh, but he has showed me love before. And the thing is that you might at one point or the other have been love bombed by your partner. He has overshadowed you with his love. That you begin to realize that if I don't dance to his tune now, he might withdraw that thing he wants to do for me. And that is not what you want to live. That's not the kind of life you want to live for yourself. In many African countries, consent is still being seen as a taboo, especially among women. You feel like, oh, a woman's voice is not supposed to be heard. A woman's opinion is not needed. Really? Is this really not needed? Cultural norms often teach obedience and silence as a form of consent. So they don't teach consent. They say like, oh, you have to be obedient to your parents. That is why if an elder boy or an elder guy try to, suppress a younger boy, be like, let him be submissive, let him be obedient to this senior brother. Because here in Nigeria or even across other African countries, really show honor and respect so much that sometimes some people showing honor and respect is them coercing you to do something against your will. And even the law focuses on physical force, ignoring, psychological or emotional abuse. They only see those that maybe that have been physically being beaten or abused by their spouses or by their partners as those who has faced coercion. And it doesn't only happens to be that way. It's time we begin to update our curriculum. It's time we update our laws and let people know that coercion is happening, and sometimes it's a thing of the mindset. Sometimes it's a thing that affects the mind, and it's not just something you can see physically. Some people are dealing with a lot, they're being forced to do things against their will that you never see them wear it as a garment. Sometimes they're dealing with something way beyond them, and we need to continue on this conversation. We cannot help, and these are the ways we can help. Number one, we need to start teaching boundaries early and start making it known right from the beginning of your relationship. This is where I have a limit. I have a limit in this aspect. You do not talk to me in this aspect. You don't relate like this. So in our homes, you need to teach your child. You need to teach your nieces, your nephew, your people that as you are a guardian, teach the people that look up to you. Let them show respect. Let them understand that when they give their consent to something, you are going to respect that thing they've said. So in our homes, in our schools, in our communities, we need to respect boundaries, and we need to teach boundaries, because both goals alongside. And secondly, we need to normalize communication. A lot of people are not communicating, or a lot of people are not willing to communicate their mind and their opinion because they start thinking, putting themselves in the shoes of their partner, which is not meant to be said, which is not meant to be. So I would say a lot of people are not willing to ask, are not willing to listen, and are not willing to respect people's answers and opinion. Thirdly, we need to start holding people accountable. The earlier we do it, the better for us, the better for our society. In relationships, in workplaces, in our communities, we need to start holding people accountable. So when we see any form of nonsense, you hold them accountable. If it's in your place of work, you report it. Be a whistleblower. Report it. Do not stand things like that. Even if the person is a boss to a junior colleague, report it. Or even among each other, among colleagues, all those subtle jokes, all those subtle coercion, report it. Take a stance that you will not support any form of abuse, either verbal, emotional, any form of coercion, either verbal or emotional form of coercion. Please and please, whether it is subtle or violence, do not support it at any point in time. Like I already said, consent is not just a one-time question. It's a continuous conversation that can, like I said, can be returned and can be given at any point in time. Between consent and coercion is a very thin line, and sometimes this can change the trajectory of someone's life forever. It's not enough to say, I thought you were okay with it, or I thought you were fine with it. It's very important for you to know that you got that person's yes or that person's no, and do not assume the person's silence as what? Consent. Is not the same thing. So that is how we can create better relationship. That is how we can create a safer world. So I would like you to comment down below that I will take responsibility for every consent I give and any consent I receive. Comment down below and share your point of view as regards to consent and coercion in the comment section. Share stories, share instances of you being in a situation where you had to give consent, or you being in a situation where you were forced to give your consent, and let people know that there are differences between consent and coercion. If you enjoyed this video to this point, as usual, please don't forget to like this video, don't forget to share this video, and most importantly, make comments down below. I want to read your comments. I want to hear from you. I want to hear your mindset about this conversation. I'll see you guys in the next one.